Hey guys, it's your girl Kizzy Rock, and yes, Kizzy Rock is my birth given name. Happy Monday, guys. I want to say hey to all my subscribers, new as well as seasoned. Got a word for you. Tap in. Happy Monday, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed your weekend. Going to jump right in. I had some emails came through. Some of you guys I replied back to, but there were a few of you who wanted me to make a recording. So I want to kind of just lump a couple of emails in on this one recording. I want to first address a young lady who wanted me to talk about certain reasons why God would ask you to relocate. She feels like God is calling her to relocate, but she's having a difficult time leaving what she's familiar with. She's like more of a shy person that kind of like to stay in her shell. So I'm going to give my opinion, all caps opinion, but sis, as I always say, go to God for your revelation. Use people for your confirmation. That's just my opinion. There's a number of reasons why God can be calling you to relocate, guys. So if you guys would like to chime in the comment section to help her out, please do so. Would love to hear from you guys. But I'll just throw a few out this to the top of my head. I'm winging it right now. He could be asking you to relocate because there's purpose. There's purpose and destiny where he's asking you to relocate. That's where your purpose is, and maybe that's why you're having a hard time trying to tap into purpose, because you're struggling with moving. Next, potentially your spouse could be there. If you're not currently married, your spouse could be there. Next, I would say that as a chosen one, maybe there's a lot of people who are familiar with you and like they depend on you. So you're just constantly bombarded with just other people's stuff. And you have to be careful with that because the lines can easily get crossed. I know for me they do. When you're moving from a heart posture, meaning you just want to help people because of your own empathy and your own heart, your servitude. But sometimes if you're not careful, you can be so busy doing that you're really not tapped into what God is calling you to do for that season. So it's really more of a distraction. But you see it as, well, it's a great thing, right? Which is beautiful, right? I'm there with you, I promise you. But then God has to sometimes pull me back and be like, listen. I see what you're doing here. It's wonderful. Kudos to you. But this is not where I need you at in this season. I need you over here with purpose. They're not your assignment this season. You just love them, but they're not your assignment this season. So we have to be careful there. Also, sometimes you can be handicapping the people around you where God maybe needs these people to grow spiritually on their own, but because you're their training wheel, so sometimes he will pull you apart. He may be pulling you apart too, because again, you may have a lot of people stressing you out. This walk alone is heavy, very, very heavy. And if the individuals who are not tapped in yet, or if they haven't grown spiritually, they really don't understand how heavy it is. You're constantly under attack. There's constantly warfare. And so you're trying to just deal with the battles from the call. And then you're also dealing with their battles. So it's almost like they're putting double amounts of pressure on you. So God may feel like, okay, let me thrust you over here right quick, because obviously you won't listen. So let me go ahead and just isolate you over here where they'll have less access to you. So there's a number of reasons why, sis, but I'll tell you this. I hear you when you say that, you're shy, and I get it. Again, like I said, I'm shy in certain things, but not when it comes down to new people, new adventures. I'm definitely not shy in that area. But I will say that rather than stay stagnant and just wait until you feel comfortable, or just stay stagnant and just wait till everything is perfect before you take a move, if all caps, if you feel like God is requiring you, take the step. Just do something small. Satan will have you so stagnated and so full of fear that you won't even take a step. Just take a small step, because there's a supernatural grace that comes once you take a step. So let's just say, for example, you haven't found a job there yet. Go ahead and apply for application. When you apply for that application, all of a sudden you will see that things just start to line up. They unfold naturally when you're in alignment with God. So your job there may be cutting your hours, wherever God is calling you, they're trying to give you double pay than what you're making now, right? So just take a step, and then you will start to see that he starts to unfold it for you, and the grace will fall on you. So get out your feelings and relocate. Next person wanted me to talk about taking the higher road. Sis, I don't have your email pull up, but I do remember. Okay, so here's my thing about taking the higher road. I agree with you there 100%. A lot of people, do tit for tat. I used to be the tit for tat person, right? I used to pride myself in tit for tat, right? But here's one thing that I've learned for a long time, actually. When you do your part, regardless of what someone else has done to you, when you do your part, meaning you're not getting them back, meaning you're not just, listen. When it's time to walk, whenever God says that is, when it's time to walk, there is nothing to me. Well, I'll take that. I was about to say there's nothing better, but there's a lot of things that's better. But it's so wonderful to be able to walk with a peace of mind, meaning you walk, God have released you, but there is nothing that's tugging at you like, oh man, I messed up here and I lost a good person, and I'll probably never find anyone like that, because people are rare who really move from heart postures and great spirits, etc., 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 etc. There is nothing, well, I keep saying that, but there's a lot of things more peaceful, but it is so peaceful. It's not peaceful? The people who are living their lives with the regrets of losing great people. It will haunt them. It haunts them. So for me, anytime I'm involved in anybody's life, I don't care who it is, family, friend, lovers, whatever, job, whatever, I give my all. I always tell people, give your all. Because when you leave, they will feel it for a lifetime, because sometimes people don't believe that fire is hot until it touches them, meaning they think you will never leave, right? And then once you leave, now they're out here trying to find you all over again. Well, I'm not going to say never, but they'll have a hard time finding you, because there's just not a lot of real, authentic people in the world today. Most people want something, right? Most people are selfish. So you're rare. So they will spend their lives trying to find another you. They will spend their lives with the regrets of losing you. That's not peace. When they start encountering more and more people and they're realizing like, oh man, I messed up a good thing. Then when they come back at you and they say that you're no longer available, that's not peace. So do your part. Ironically, I was speaking about this. I had someone call me yesterday, and we were just speaking in general, and then they said to me, I meant to ask you, what is the backstory with you and such, because I was speaking to this person, and they was telling me, that you guys are not like on the same accord and X, Y, and Z and blase, blase. And, they were just telling me this, and I think you guys should try to talk or have a conversation. And I'm like, this person is still, after all this time, still trying to, the person's a narcissist, right? So narcissists do. If they can't use one person as a vessel to get to you, they keep just plugging different people in. And this is why I say it's so important that when a narcissist is trying some kind of way to get back in contact with you, you have to shut that thing down, right? Meaning, I'm not even about to sit here and get into this conversation, because the narcissists already know what they did, right? But they're going to either tell a certain side of the story, which is a lie, or they're going to just say something about you. It's all designed to get you in an uproar, so now you can call them to keep the web going, like, hey, why would you tell this lie? No, listen, let them people go be where they're going to be. Because again, it proves that your life is still, obviously you got some regrets, because I truly want nothing, honestly, really from the bottom of my heart, want nothing but the best for you, and just pray and hope that you get your life right with God. And maybe then, because like I tell people, forgiveness does not always equate to reconciliation, right? Because the person had asked me, well, do you think you can ever forgive this person and y'all can be such and such? I'm like, listen, I've forgiven a long time ago. But that doesn't mean this person belongs in my life, specifically because I already see, right? I already see in certain situations that this person is still moving the same way, meaning their actions haven't changed. If this person was to go and get spiritually aligned and now they have a pure, healthy heart and spirit, and that has been proven, then yeah, maybe we can have lunch. That's no problem. But you can't be out here forgiving people and then allowing these people back full access into your life. They're just going to do the same thing. And then you're going to feel even more pissed with yourself because you allow them back into your life and now they crossed you again. But see, the reason why this person is feeling that void is because if I'm in your life, I give everything, right? But when I walk, you won't feel that, point blank, period. And so all of these years later, you're still asking about me. You're still trying to, listen, please go on with your life. Seriously, it's no hate. Just go on with your life. But people have a hard time doing that when they know they messed up on something good. So when I read your email, sis, I was like, yeah, listen, you're in the same, we're on the same accord here. Do your part. Because a time will come. A time will come when God says walk. That can be from family, from lovers, from friends, a job, whoever. When God says walk and give you those walking papers, woo, you talking about free? Free with no residue. None. Let the residue stay on them. You did your part. All right. What was the third email about? What was that third email about? Could have had it pulled. Let me see if I can pull it up. Oh, it was in regards to, and to summarize, it was in regards to a sis who so she's single but dating. And she met someone, and I guess the guy is like really feeling her or whatever. So it's kind of more so less now like he wants her to kind of stop dating the others because he feels like because if they're really connecting, that may interfere with what they got going on or what they're trying to build. And so she was asking me my opinion on what she should do. Like, does she shut the other ones off and just focus on him? Since that fact, a lot of things have to factor in there, because I'm a firm believer in, listen, if you're dating, you're dating, right? If you're dating, you're dating. I can be dating 35 people. I'm saying, I could be dating 35 people. Now, dating means, you're hanging out, you're maybe going to the movies, going out to eat, going out for some cocktails. Yes, my churchy, holy folks cocktails, right? There's just dating, just having fun, conversing, etc., etc. But if you want me to shut the others down, then you need to be making something happen, right? Because I'm not about to potentially lose one who can potentially have that the mindset of becoming serious and moving further. So if we haven't really sat down and had a meeting in the mind yet about what we're going to do, where are we going from here, then I'm not cutting nobody else off. You're on the level with everybody else. If you want, lock it down, period. Lock it down. But no, I'm a firm believer on dating is dating, period. Like, there's nothing wrong with dating. I mean, of course you have to have limits now. You can't be out there just, but until you have that conversation, I mean, I think, and even if he hasn't brought that conversation up with you, I mean, you said you're kind of feeling him too, but then there's two more that you're really feeling. I would just say, call a meeting of the minds. Y'all know that's my word, right? call a meeting of the minds and just maybe communicate properly. I think communication is so important because, you know, you can't be out here just assuming things. He may be assuming something and you're assuming something. No, you got to have detailed conversations, because you can't be over here assuming that you're the only one I'm dating, and now you see me with somebody else and now we got a whole issue going on. Now you want to just, no. What are we doing here, sir? What are we doing? Because, you know, there's 4 people I'm hanging out with. I'm just saying, there's 4 people I'm hanging out with, and I just want you to know that now, because if you ever see me or hear this, I don't want you to think I'm out here, you know, lying, or I'm out here like just being, you know, what's the word, grimy, or like, no, this is what it is. You're not the only one. Okay, you're not the only one who's checking for your girl, right? You're not the only one. However, you know, if we decide to become serious, then yes, you know, I will have no problem cutting off the other people, if that's what you want to do. I mean, if you're having a fun time dating all of them, just date. Just date, right? I mean, that's really, really up to you on what you want to do. But if you're really, really looking to settle down or whatever, then ask God to lead you and guide you from the spiritual realm, not from the fleshly realm, but to guide you spiritually on which one really is for you, who could potentially be your purpose partner, right, or kingdom spouse, depends on what you're looking for. But nah, honey, you listen, I'm sorry, till you lock it down, we gonna date, period. You guys have a great one. It's your girl, Kizzy Rock.